Team Kill Podcast. Intentional Strays.
Oh, what is up, everybody? My name is Killing Spree 37.
And I am Silencer.
And this is the Team Kill Podcast, Intentional Strays. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are on episode 58. I'm really excited, but before we even start, Silencer, you know, yesterday we pushed back the pod, and it's not just because of you, K, because you were full. I was full too, K. Before me and you started playing, I got some bad news, K. A cousin of mine who was battling cancer ended up passing away yesterday. Her name was Araceli Rascon. She passed away. She had a battle with cancer, and she just did not overcome the battle, you know?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Not to get too deep, not to get too sorrow. I just want to say a few words, and then we can move on to this, okay? She was a hustler. A real good hustler by any means. I think that just runs in our family blood, we want to wake up and go get it. And in her life, she went at it. She went after shit that she wanted. She was always on the go, making money left and right, hustling cars. And man, she knew how to negotiate a price down at a dealership. You know what I'm saying? She knew exactly what to look for. And she helped me get my first car. She also helped me get my first two dogs. Both of which, that passed away. She loved having animals, so much so that I wouldn't know personally because I never really talked to her like this, but she didn't have kids. Maybe she couldn't, maybe she didn't want them, but the way that she treated dogs, you can only imagine how good of a mother she would have been if she had kids. So rest in peace to her. It's I always tell people this. I actually saw her last year when I was looking for a car. I was looking for a car. I was trying to get mobile. I've been on the bus for about a year and a half since I lost my initial car. And, I told my mom about it. She hit her up. And even though she was battling cancer, even though she was sick, she was doing chemo and shit, she made time out of her day, out of her week to come and help me figure out a car. Mind you, we didn't actually get a car. She was letting me loan a car. We looked at a few cars. A lot of them are trash. She steered me in the right direction, as she has many times, in getting a car. And she came by to get to borrow a car because we couldn't really figure out a car. And her car was actually going to be sold. She was going to sell it because, she flips cars and shit like that. She fixes them. And, she came and this was maybe June 2020, so in the middle of the pandemic, mind you, still battling all this stuff, was still helping make sure I got a car, was making me real helpful, and I gave her a hug, I held her tight, and I also told my lady, I was like, you know what, this might be the last time we actually see her, and you know what, it was.
Damn.
It was actually the last time, and I'm always going to have that memory inside my head that she came out during a pandemic, fighting cancer to help me fucking find a car. She didn't have to do it. She didn't have to do it. She wasn't obligated to do it, but she did, and I'm really thankful for that as well. And I always, in a serious moment, I always got to throw a joke in there. Her passing away, she's never gonna really know how much I actually paid for this car that I have because we told her it was $3,000. But we paid lot price, so it was nine racks, So I know she's looking at me. She's like, you're a real sucker. You're fucking a Tootsie Pop. Because I paid fucking 9 racks instead of 3 racks for a car she could have got for 3 or less. Same year and everything, less miles. If I would have told her the miles alone, she would have fucking flipped the fuck out. So rest in peace to her. Knock on wood. And as always, a reminder, guys, just always trying to. You never know. I'm not telling you to call people and make up with them because you're beefing, but if you ever have the chance, hug them like it might be your last time because you never fucking know. And with that being said, Silencer, how was your weekend?
I don't even know what to start. So, listen, I got a lot of stuff that happened. So, this past weekend at the shop, I did something that, I flipped the tables around.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what. we got to the point at the shop where we needed more help. And I set up my account on Indeed. And the tables turned where in America you see the white man hiring the Mexican man.
Well, not
Now
only that
is
too. Like you also flipped the table. Not to interrupt you, but you also flipped the table in making an Indeed account and not being the person that needs a job when you're filling it
Headshot.
out. You know how many Indeed accounts I have with like 4 different emails?
Headshot.
yeah. So I went through maybe like five. I hired one, but one was completely trash. I had
Headshot.
to tell him to leave. And this one, it's he's good. So he's part of the he's part of the cool, hardworking, you know, people. So that happened. It's been a lot of help. What else? I ate some fucking tacos yesterday.
You're telling me. Go in
Disgusting.
detail. Go in detail. Yes.
So there's a little spot, and I'm not gonna say the name because I don't wanna, you know, put a bad vibe for them. I'm not
Shit
that
on a
type of
small
person.
business.
Well, the thing is, it didn't look like a small business because the way how do I explain the way the building was. I'll show you. I'll picture privately, but for people, I don't want to say the name. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try these fucking tacos out. Here I go. I buy four, okay? Because I was like, I'm just gonna buy four just in case I don't like them because they were small. Not your traditional, size taco.
Right.
So I was like, all right. I fucking get them. I go, get home, fucking pop them open. They smell kind of funky, like old oil. And I was like, okay. I'm not gonna fucking throw them away because I spent money on it.
Right. And good money.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, cool. So I fucking take a bite one, and I was a little confused. I was like, all right, I don't know if this is the meat, the tortilla, or the flavoring they use. So I took another bite. And then until I finished it, I was like, at that point, I was like, man, this taco's no good, and this shit's fucking me up somehow.
Right.
I took a bite of the second one, only half, and my stomach started feeling weird. I was like, fuck this. And this is the first time since I've ate tacos that it has made me have a stomach ache. You
Listen,
know
I
how many
won't.
fucking tacos I've ate?
Yeah. Listen, I won't be surprised if you end up on Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay.
Headshot.
And the thing is, you know how people always clown on fucking, Taco Bell gives you these fucking things. Like, I've never had this shit with Taco Bell, but these ones, man, they were like, I don't know. I think it was honestly the type of oil they either reused it, that oil was old, and the fucking Google reviews did not match the quality that they were presenting.
Right.
So I had to throw that shit away. I waited, and this was like around 1 or 2
Right.
on Sunday. So yesterday, and I was like, damn. And it got to a point where I got fucking hungry, like around 6, 7. I started to feel it, but you know what? I want to eat. Because what if I caught like a fucking virus or something?
Right.
So I kept it chill. And then we were playing, and then at the end, I was like, man, you know what? I saw a fucking commercial for Whataburger. I was like, man, I'm gonna go get that shit. I got
Oh
it fully
man.
loaded because I was hungry as hell. Man, I ate that shit. It was a double meat with grilled jalapenos and grilled onions, fucking cheese, the
You
ranch
killed it.
jalapeno sauce. Man, after I ate that shit, I fucking lost all the energy. I just wanted to fucking sleep.
No, I
You know
was
how
right there
whenever
with
you
you.
eat
Yeah.
a nice fucking big ass meal and then you're like, fuck, I don't want to do shit. Just let my body fucking consume all the grease and fucking go to
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what happened.
we're playing Far Cry and my lady gave me spaghetti and
Yeah.
garlic bread. And like I was like so stuffed and you're like, let me hop off to grab it. And I was like, oh thank God. So I went to go lay down, right? And then I got the news and shit and I was like, I'm fucking stuffed. Like I hope Caesar just hits me up and be like, let's do it tomorrow. And you hit me up and I was like, all right, cool. Like we're on the same page, you know?
Yeah, that shit was hitting different. So I was like, man, I don't have the energy to fucking do shit now.
All right.
And yeah, I mean, after that, I bought what the fuck did I buy? Oh, I bought another book.
All right.
I've been keeping on trying to read. Reading. There's this quote I saw a while back saying, if you read, you subconsciously start getting a different mindset. So I guess it's been working. So I hope it is.
Right.
So it was another marketing book. I bought some software. I bought some software that feels illegal to use. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
I type in a zip code, the type of field that I want, and it gives me the email, the verified address, the LinkedIn ID, the fucking active email they use, the direct email,
Yeah.
the business location, the address, the full name, the manager's name. It feels illegal to use.
Listen, that
But
reminds
this,
me of the TeamViewer shit that you have. Like that felt illegal too.
yes. So this is good for me because I can, this software is basically meant for outreach. And I had no idea there was this thing, so it's going to be a game changer. So yeah, that was my weekend. And yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
It's
it
my
sounds good.
interesting things.
Yeah, it's always nice to, up your knowledge, read a book. I'm still working on my YouTube book, but I hit a snag where like I read to a point where like I needed to figure shit out, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
But let's see, for my weekend, besides the bad news, let me tell you something. Me and you were playing, I think Apex, right? You hopped off.
Yeah.
I stayed on to grind this fucking skin to get the skin right.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Let me tell you something. I got off at like 3:00, right? Still
God
dark as
damn.
fuck. Yeah. Well, you hopped off at like at 12, which was 1:00 your time.
Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right.
So I stayed on for like another 3-4 hours, right? It was like 3:43 by the time I hopped off. So for some reason, I didn't feel no shaking, nothing at all. My stream light from Elgato was moving left and right like it was waving at me. Okay.
Okay.
And I started to freak out, like, damn, my fucking neighbors are wrestling. What the fuck's up? Shaking. Like, did I boot a cable? I'm looking for the cable. No cable in sight. I'm getting freaked the fuck out. It's almost 4:00 in the morning. The light is moving by itself, right? Now,
Okay.
I stand up, and I have a habit of putting my wallet on my desk. Okay?
Yeah.
The wallet fell off my desk, split open, and was moving the light because of the pressure and how off balance the light is.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I was fucking scared, bro. I thought the house was
Halloween vibes, bro.
possessed. I thought the house was possessed. Shit was moving left and right by itself, as
better
if it
get
was like
that
talking to
down.
me. It was crazy, bro. Fucking nuts. So that happened. It was really funny. I played the House of Ashes, which is the third installment for Dark Pictures, their anthology. I believe I'm saying that right, but it's 3 out of 4. They're currently working on their season finale, which is going to be out around this time next year, called The Devil in Me. I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah.
This game, let me tell you something. This company has been on fire. And they don't pay shit around here, okay?
Okay.
This company, Supermassive Games, has been on fire creating these shits. Okay, they started off with Until Dawn. Remember Until Dawn? Did you play that at all?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, they're the creators of Until Dawn. So they've also made Men of Medan and Little Hope. This is the third installment, House of Ashes, which it takes place in Iraq in 2003. This is 2 years after 9/11, and they're looking for Saddam Hussein's silo weapon underground with some technology that some guys created. And what they stumble upon is some ancient ruins, and that's where the story begins. I won't give away too much, because it is a popular game.
Okay.
Played it on stream, phenomenal, 10 out of 10. They just do not miss. It's one after the other. I would say Men of Medan was okay, but Little Hope was fire, and this one is included to be fire. They're like movies,
Wait, Little Hope, is that the one where you're like somewhere in fucking England?
Nah, it's like Salem, Massachusetts, but it's not Salem,
Because I played a game like that. It kind of felt like Until Dawn, where you had choices and you had a little story, but it was like in England,
Oh no,
and it
it
had
might have
spirits
been.
and shit.
They had spirits. Was it like a diner and a bus driver?
Yeah, it had like so you could see the trails of the ghost, I guess, of what
Right.
happened prior, and you had to follow them. I had to
Oh
find
no.
I had to find
Yeah.
the name of that.
It's a little different. This one's more like a choose your own story type of thing.
Oh, okay.
So I did that. Phenomenal. Loved that stream. Enjoyed it. It was about 6 hours game time, which for the $30 price point, it wasn't that bad. So I continue. Scream. I also did a Scream stream, which featured me dressing up as Ghostface. Let me tell you something. Wearing costumes with a mask and playing video games had to be the worst gaming experience, but the funnest one so far. I loved it so far. I think the mask Could have been a little bit of, breathable. It's a little red flaggish because you can't really breathe under the mask. And it's like, how am I supposed to wear this, It might just be me, you know what I'm saying? I gained weight, so I'm fucking, like a fucking beatboxer. So that was fun. Halloween Warzone has by far been the best Halloween themed event. Not just for the genre of them, but for Apex. Apex, they fumbled the bag. They're talking about, we're doing a second half of this mode for the rest of October. Like, just keep your shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about that no more.
Shit is weird. They haven't dropped anything, so
yeah, they haven't done nothing but the collection skin and their shit. This whole season's been ass. So hopefully next season we'll make up for it with the new map and shit. We'll talk about that actually next week. So, because there was a bunch of shit that happened. And to my surprise, for the last of my weekend, it's real short. Wing shortages. I didn't know that was a thing, right? I saw little memes about Wingstop making thigh stop, like thighs and shit like that. They're also doing thigh bits, which is like boneless chicken nuggets, right?
Okay.
I went to Pizza Hut. I picked up an order. We were trying to order wings. The site would crash every time. Every single time we tried to order wings, it would crash. So we ended up getting breadsticks instead. We go to Pizza Hut. I tell my lady, ask him, what the fuck's up? What's up with the website? Maybe we'll get a coupon. He looked me dead in my face and says, "Sir, we no longer serve wings online." And I asked him why.
What the hell?
I was like, "What's up? Why?" Because there's a wing shortage and we've been affected by it.
Oh, wing shortage.
Wait. This is the knowledge behind their thinking, okay? He then pointed out and said, corporate believes it's a good idea to remove them from the shop because everybody orders online, and instead they're going to have to call, and if they want wings, we'll make them wings, but only if they call, not online.
What the fuck?
That's what I fucking said. It worked for us, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, damn, like I have to call? The fuck is this, 2003? You gotta fucking
going
call?
back in time.
Like, I'm from the era where fucking Pizza Hut used to take checks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's old. Like, call? Human interaction? Terrible.
That shit is wild.
It threw me for a fucking loop. So, other than that, my weekend has just been kind of chill. Just working on some shit. Halloween is approaching. Before we get into our show, guys, for those of you that are listening, it is next week, next Sunday. Our podcast is going to be hopefully dropping on Halloween. Me and Silencer are going to try to record either Friday or Saturday and give you guys a Halloween episode for the week, just Halloween themed, and we'll figure it out from
subjects,
there.
maybe.
Some spooky subjects, favorite Halloween, moments. Rapid fire jokes that have to do with Halloween shit. Last year, I learned from last year, okay? Last year, me and you every week try to do a Halloween joke, and we ran out of material so fast. So I'm just going to save it for the holiday, and that's it,
Wow, yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes.
So other than that, I got to look forward to 2 funerals, one for my cousin and one for Silencer. Because it is time for a rapid fire.
Rapid fire. Players ready up. 3, 2, 1.
Silencer doesn't really have aim. He relies solely on the gun's recoil pattern.
Headshot.
I mean, ain't that how you're supposed to control?
No. You move the left stick, put the crosshairs on the guy, okay, which it only makes you move side to side like a cowboy square dancing. And you just hold R2, and then your fucking recoil pattern just goes
Headshot.
all the way
Hope
up.
it hits.
Yeah, hope it hits.
No wonder we're getting lasered.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we doing Hubie Halloween this year, or did you fall off?
Headshot.
We might skip that movie this year. I didn't make it on my list.
All right.
That was good. This fool Silencer's chin is shaped like a Nintendo cartridge.
Headshot.
Let's try to imagine it.
The Nintendo 64.
You gotta blow that shit.
Headshot.
Blow it.
Oh
All
man.
right. This was costume for this year is the one and only Gimli.
Headshot.
All you gotta do is wear the helmet. It's automatic twins.
Headshot.
This fucking guy. All right. All right, time.
Fucking Gimli. Lord of the
Oh,
Rings.
man. Lord of the Rings. The fucking guy where he's like, that one didn't count.
The fucking dwarf.
So if I'm that guy, you're the guy that he always has a competition with the bow and arrows.
Headshot.
That's you.
It's all right.
Y'all got the same chin. All right. I said time.
Heavy
I
ass
said,
chin.
I said time.
Game
Cartridge
over.
chin.
Oh man. Listen, guys,
All
we have a
right.
good episode. Okay, it's packed with, a lot of controversial topics, and this one had to be the highlight of the week. Sounds, are you familiar with blue light pollution?
No, I do not.
Well, you're going to get a lot familiar with it because apparently it's a thing. Well, it's actually a made-up thing. That's what a lot of people have been
Sounds like a
calling
rapper.
out this recent skincare product. So we all know our favorite person, Valkyrae from 100 Thieves. She is
Blue
under
light.
fire for promoting a skincare product that protects you from blue light pollution.
Like UV rays from the sun?
No, like
Like the
your
computer blue
phone.
screen?
Yes, and your
Oh, wow.
phone.
Okay.
So, people immediately called her out. Okay. And before I ask you this question, let me give you a little bit of the backstory.
Okay.
Supposedly, she's been working on this for 2 years. Okay. It's mainly targeted for people that are affected or think they're going to get infected by this blue light pollution, which is lighting from your screen or your phone or your computer or wherever there's a light that has LEDs. It's going to affect your skin, similar to the sun and UV rays. Now,
Okay.
a lot of people, including maybe some scientists and people that did their research, said that there's no sufficient data that this is it. Okay, that there's no such thing as blue light pollution, and there's no evidence to back it up. There's no studies, there's no nothing.
Okay.
Now, she apologized. She took down her post. She took a day off to really kind of get this under wraps while people were flipping the fuck out. And in addition to, she also decided not to stream or do any type of internet activities while she was getting dragged through the Twitter streets. Now, I ask you, was this scam likely or was it clout? And here's why I say clout. Recently, if you type in right now blue light pollution, that pops up. If you did it beforehand, you wouldn't see nothing.
Okay.
Now, what is your decision?
I think it's a little bit of both because I mean honestly, who the fuck is gonna be Googling blue light?
Right.
So
I thought it was an SEO thing.
yeah, but I mean, how many people out of the whole, the whole earth that watch this, the streamer?
Right.
How many of them are gonna sit there and Google this specific word, and that pops up? Like it can't be. I don't know. I think it was more of a scam where she was like, "Oh yeah, let's sell a product. Let's try and put a scare tactic. Oh yeah, just like your eyes, your shit's gonna get fucked. Buy this thing." Of
Right.
course, people purchase things out of fear to find a solution, and I think it was more of a scam than anything else. I don't think it was for cloud. Maybe cloud was behind it, but number one uh, reason, I think it was just because she wanted to get some scams and get rich off of this.
Right. So I originally I thought it was a part of a marketing plan, okay? And just to kind of give you a vague idea of who and how many people she's talking to, she has 3.57 million subscribers on YouTube, and then her
Oh,
Twitter
wow.
is 2.6 million followers. So that's around 6 million people that she's potentially influencing. Influencing. I only say that because potentially because a lot of people could just be from her YouTube to her Twitter,
Yeah. Okay.
So the product is called Reflect. And let me tell you something. I no longer think people do common criminality things like this. because it's happened so often. Okay,
Okay.
we get bamboozled, we get in an uproar. The recent thing with Facebook where they would know that we hate a certain thing and they would put our face in it just so we could fucking rant about it and be on the platform longer so they could sell ads to us, you know?
Yeah.
Me partially, I thought that it was a scam. I thought that they didn't know what they were talking about. We get into like this real day and age type of thing where we feel like we could use gaming, streaming as a decoy to get people to buy things. You know, G Fuel,
Yeah.
razor gum, razor, you know what I'm saying, hair cream. You know,
All
some
kinds of
dumb
shit.
shit. Yeah, a bunch of cosmetic shit. So that's a part of me initially jumped to that. Then I remember the Facebook thing, and here's my overall idea. I believe they had some type of, maybe if not minimal, influence to actually make this an outroar stuff. Because now if you Google reflect, it's going to pop up on YouTube. Now if you Google blue light pollution, it's going to pop up on Google #1. It's going to pop up with that. It's associated with it. But because it's associated with it through bad vibes, it's still going to pop up up front, you know? They can still come up with different products that service actual things like anti-aging cream or just stuff to soothe your skin. But I'm leaning towards that. I'm leaning towards that they use shock value to trick people into running up the SEO, making people talk about it like me and you, some of the gaming platforms. And I think it worked. I think they got us.
But I mean, I don't know. A bunch of these, when you Google it, it's just from a Harvard Health. It has nothing to do with the skin, but mostly focused
eyes.
on the eyes.
Right.
And then there's the YouTuber post from 3 days ago, high energy light, blah blah blah. But I don't think it's I don't know. And also there was some comments on there saying that the business was working on it for 2 years, blah blah blah, and they just established it like 2020, which is a year.
Right.
So another lie that they got caught. You know?
Right. And it could have been like a year in development, wink, wink, and then a year
Yeah.
to 2020 is when they started it. So, yeah, she said it was 2 years. She was very excited, and then she also deleted the post. She took it back. She's telling the company to, remove anything from the site and update the site. And she took the time. She said that she's embarrassed. She's glad that people read into it and weren't tricked by it. But the damage is done. So I
It could
feel
have been
that
something innocent on her side too. Like,
yeah, they get the bag.
from her, yeah, from her side, it's like, oh yeah, this sounds like a good product. And on her end, if she didn't do her research, she was like, oh, this sounds like a good idea.
Right.
I mean, there's one for eyes. Why wouldn't there be one for skin? And if she just fell for that and they were like, yeah, we'll give you this much to promote it, boom, here you go. Of course, oh yeah, I'll take it. And then that's when it fucking backfires.
Yeah, I just don't think that she's dumb. I'm a little done with like telling people that they're stupid. I think people do shit and then hide behind the fact. Take it from me, for example. I fuck up at work. You know what I'm saying? I work at a job. I fuck up. I know that I fucked up because I know. I see their faces. I understand. Body language. I understand all that type of stuff. The biggest cop out is be like, I don't know. No fucking clue what happened. I have no idea what happened. Oh, that worked like that? I had no clue that did that, So I
just
do
hide
it.
behind that.
Yeah, I do it. Just because I do it doesn't mean other people are, doing it too.
I mean,
but-
she could have done. She's probably doing this just to hide from her innocence and, from the greed that she just wanted to get paid.
Right. Or, she was in her Rihanna bag trying to start the new Fenty Caroline, reflect. It sounded pretty good.
Yeah, well, she has something to reflect on now.
Yeah.
Headshot.
All right, Caesar. we'll leave it at that. All right. Now, moving away from, this, damaging your skin nonsense, right? We got to focus more on people putting money on your head, right? Just crazy amounts of money. People just do not want to see you, alive and succeed in life. Well, they kind of want you to not actually put a finger on you, but they kind of want you to dead anyways. So,
Okay.
hackers are speaking out And they're saying there's a website where people offer money to these hackers to stream snipe certain streamers. Okay. He also went as far and said that there is a $7,000 bounty for, I forget who the fuck it was as a streamer. $7,000 if you rage quit and hopped off the stream early.
What?
Incredible, right?
That's wild, yeah.
Right. So I
I've
have
never
two
heard
hot
something like
takes.
this.
Right. So I have two hot takes on this. But before I do that, what are your thoughts about this in general?
It's just wild. Things are getting out of control in the digital world.
Right.
Like, this is a whole new... I mean, see how you see it. This is a fucking terrorist attack.
Yeah. It's I've read about this only in memes, okay? A dad in Japan. His son didn't want to leave the house, didn't want to work, didn't want to do shit. Did nothing, not even stream, not even make no type of income gaming. He would just play games. So what his dad did was hire a professional player to stream snipe his son until he fucking got up and did the work. Now, I don't know the rest of the second half of the story, but it was a meme. So it might have not been real. It might have been some truth to it. Who knows? We'll never find out. Now, two things. Who do you feel, okay, as a streamer, who do you feel is a person that would pay for themselves to get hacked if they would do that?
That fool that Nick Merckx was talking shit about climbing the ladder in ranked. What was his name? That everybody said that he got carried.
Right, courage. Okay, that's a good
Okay.
one. All right. The courage. So I thought myself Tim the Tap Man, right? And then it became silly to me because a lot of people would just go to him, right? And maybe just do it for free, do it for clout. So then that thought in my head went away. Now, you've entered the deeper, darker criminal link that is YouTube, that is a business. You know what I'm saying? This is a business. Purple app, Twitch versus YouTube. These are two businesses with employees that need job security. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that streamers are putting bounties on other streamers. And you brought up one case, okay? You brought up one case. Courage versus Nick Merckx. Courage would pay hackers to completely shit on fucking Nick Merckx so he could never reach apex predator, right?
Yeah.
He would know that he got it before him. I'm not taking nothing away from him. I'm saying that now that this is out, information is out, you can start to realize that this can only be used for petty things like marketing to up your stock and fucking diminish other people's, right?
Yeah.
Now, I only think of this because recently on their podcast, the 100 Thieves podcast with Courage and Nate Shot, they had Ninja on, okay? Ninja was talking about his success, his thought process of how to one-up the other guy, what he was doing, and he came across a very interesting story. And if you guys listen to the podcast, you're going to be very familiar with this story. He said that another popular streamer was streaming while he was streaming. Ninja would have 5,000 watchers. The other guy would have 7,000. He said he doesn't know why. The guy wasn't funny. The guy wasn't interesting. I don't see the correlation between the two. So what he did was he took it upon himself and said, I'm going to wake up 2 hours earlier before this guy, and I'm going to stream. So instead of waking up at 5 o'clock, I'm going to be waking up at 3 a.m., get ready, stream, and get all the viewers, right? And it worked. Yeah. It worked, he said. It worked, right? Petty move. I think he was a fan of the guy, too. He's a fan of the guy, but at the time when they were competing against each other, he wasn't a huge fan, you know?
Yeah.
So if they're, taking stuff from people by doing things, moving chess pieces, we're all familiar with history and war, okay? I'm thinking that these fucking streamers, bro, they're doing this. They're paying other fucking hackers to sabotage streamers so they look better. So they're in the limelight, Not even for trolling, Who's paying $7,000? Who? You
All
have
the
seven,
assholes that have the
like you have
Wi-Fi.
$7,000 to give to other people to stop people from playing video games.
Fuck that.
Exactly. I don't have 7,000 to fucking hey go stop this guy from playing. You know,
Yeah, fuck that.
this has to be either rich people or let's not even give the streamers too much credit. Let's start looking at these companies. Let's look at YouTube. Go shit on Nick Merckx over there on Twitch so he can come to YouTube while we develop this fucking latency thing that you could do that's gonna tell you who's stream sniping you and who's doing what. Business, bro. Business, marketing, all that fucking shit. So
Here's
now
a
that I said that, what do you think about it?
yeah, that shit is wild. Hold on, I gotta read this tweet by FIFA Q. Yeah.
Right.
So he says, okay, so today I got a chance to talk to the I hack for the win guy who's been stream sniping while hacking. He said that he is in a Discord where people pay to put a bounty on a streamer, and then they snipe them until they give up and end their stream.
Right.
The bigger the streamer, the more money payout. That is wild.
Right. Isn't that fucking crazy?
That is crazy.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that it has to be, and that's, it's it's stuff. You don't have to necessarily agree, It could be lighthearted. It could be just people that don't like this food. Like the hater, there's never stopping a hater,
Yeah, they'll do anything to try and knock you down. Yeah.
Right. So I see that, but I'm thinking that it's either the companies you know what? This fool left fucking Twitch for YouTube. Go fucking shit on him over there for a few months. Give him a hard time. Make them think that he doesn't have it. Drop his fucking price, so he comes back to Twitch.
This can not translate, but go towards the tournament scene.
I believe that everything's not off limits, and to be honest with you, let's see. Tournaments are usually with popular streamers. So unless these popular streamers are in those Discords and have an extreme dislike for that one person, I could see them potentially doing this. Right?
Yeah.
But if they ever found out the community that this person was doing that rather than winning tournaments, it's fucking over. It is over for that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about it. Is there any other words you want to think? Any other people you think they are susceptible to this?
Shit, I don't know. I just know that you ain't safe in real life. Now you ain't safe in the digital world.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They're
wild.
doing the Chalino Sanchez challenge on fucking
They're doing
online.
motherfuckers dirty.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, we got a fucking bounty over here. Don't come. Oh, I'm gonna play Warzone today. Hey, we're gonna fucking that's Hitman money, fam. That is Hitman money. You
This
can
shit is
pay somebody
definitely on the
right.
fucking black market.
The guy from Tiger King was willing to fucking clap this guy for like $500.
Yeah.
Okay, in real life, he was ready to kill Karen Baskins. Okay, he was ready to kill that bitch for like 500, for 7,000. That's Hitman money. You know what I'm saying?
7,000. Yeah.
There has to be something. That's crazy. So we'll leave that at that.
Fucking wild.
Incredible. Now, we're on to the next topic. Twitch is back at it again, guys. Now, before we even, let's do a recap of what actually happened with Twitch. They had a data leak, was showing people's earnings left and right. Now, Silencer, we are getting down to the nitty gritty. We're also starting to see more things pop up from that data leak. One of the things that have been introduced to the public eye has been a no ban list from Twitch.
Okay.
So let me emphasize this while you kind of read into it and process this. Simply put, guys, they have a list of people they're just not going to ban. Okay?
No matter what they do.
No matter what they do. And a lot of people are speculating because they make Twitch a bunch of money with ads.
No.
And it could be contract related. So,
Yeah.
Silencer, how do you feel about this?
This is wild. This is some sneaky shit.
Crazy.
But again, I mean, I think as a big company that is, it doesn't surprise me because, I mean, just imagine you're this big ass company, you have your main. It's like the mafia. You have your big earners. You don't want anybody to touch them.
Right. You know, I mean, you know what? You spoke the language I knew. I just finished Sopranos. So perfect. Couldn't have said it better. Let's see here. Besides them having a no ban list, the list was quickly removed. So I don't have exact names of who they wouldn't ban. But you can kind of get a general idea of people that would get banned or not getting banned because certain things are being allowed to happen. XQC doing certain things getting banned. Maybe he's on the no ban list. Maybe they just ban him for certain things and not other things that he's maybe doing. That's not super bad. The hot tub chick, I forget her name. I hate not knowing her name because she's very fucking popular, but it's hard to pronounce. Her, the redhead chick, she's in the hot tub. She's playing the fence, playing the line. Even though she does get banned for certain things, there's certain things that I'm like, damn, she could have got banned for that, didn't get banned for it. But something else might have occurred, and they're like, you know what? A quick small temp ban, but we're not going to ban you permanently, you know?
Put a little band-aid in, get you good to go.
Yeah, a little fucking band-aid on the cut, and then we'll take it off in a few days, and there you go, you're cured, you're healed, okay?
Yeah.
Now, is this something that's expected? You said something regarding the mafia of like, you don't want to touch our earners. I agree with that 100%. But is it fair to
No, definitely not.
to anybody?
No, it's not fair.
Right. I said the same thing. I went with the money thing. You know, why would I, let's say, who am I thinking of? Von Miller, for example, right? If you're from Denver, you already know the story. Okay. He got this chick pregnant. They were no longer together. They were on and off. But on the, time of her being pregnant, they were off. Okay.
Yeah.
She sent the man a message. He sent her back one, was like, yo, abort the baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the baby with some hua. I don't want that type of relationship with you. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Abort the baby. The chick quickly went to the shade room, went to TMZ. Oh, look at this guy. Look how he talks to me in private. Look how he said these things about,
Yeah.
The Broncos. Hey, you know what? You know who Von Miller is? You know what he's done for the city of Denver? Nah, he's not going anywhere. They didn't even touch on this. As a matter of fact, I believe it was buried. I don't even find an article, a picture about it to bring it up for this exact thing, right? Because you don't go after the people that are making you money. Unless they do something bad. Exactly. Now, there's instances where people get banned, right? Right, you didn't get in trouble for saying that, but if you would have put your hands on the bitch and we got footage, we got word about it, to us not look bad, we're going to go ahead and just fucking cut you from the team. Sorry, okay? That's the only exceptions, you know?
Yeah.
So, that happened. I don't think that it's fair either because basically people like me who have a chance to get banned for all the things that are on their terms of service list, these guys can do, and it's not fair. But not everything in the world has to be fair. But with the company that has a term of service, okay, which is a damn near verbal contract, or not verbal, written contract that you accept the terms of.
Yeah.
Unless it's on contract, which assuming they're kind of are, right? They really should get banned for the smallest shit like we do. I just think that it's I had a friend that when I worked at Subway back in 2012, she said, I no longer fear to live in a world of people being racist because we're slowly fading out of that. We're going to start to get into classism. And she said, and that's what I fear the most. And this is kind of classism, okay? You're making us money. We're going to not let you fucking get banned, but little fucking dick here is going to get banned, 16 people watch them. Get them the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I think this has been going on for years, but it's just getting to a point where it's just starting to be more public about it.
Yeah.
Regardless of what field we are in.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. In any field, there's some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? You dap it up with the fucking supervisors. He's going to look the other way when you take a fucking 30-minute break on your 15.
Yeah.
That's just life. Now, we'll get away from that. I think that it's unfair. You believe it's unfair as well.
Very unfair.
Okay. Now,
What
another
can you do
thing.
about it?
Yeah, what can you do about it? Another thing is, speaking about money, since the data leak and shit, a lot of people have reported missing payouts,
Mm.
meaning that it said it deposited the money where they asked and it wasn't their bank.
But
Hackers 1.0.
is, is this legit news or just them fucking trying to spice up
No, it's legit.
the thing?
It's legit. Not only multiple Twitch streamers confirmed it, but I believe Twitch also said a little piece about it that they're still figuring out what the fuck happened and what all they got into, you know?
Yeah.
So that's, as far as I know, right, to my knowledge, they know and they are addressing it. Now, it's more than just like one or two people. It's like hundreds of people are saying they're not getting their stuff. So hackers, again, you know, they're fucking it up. They're getting money. In that situation, how do you feel about this?
I don't know. It's what the hell can I say? This is I don't even know what to say. It's just a subject where, again, the hackers are being used as weapons.
Right.
So at the end of the day, no matter how good you are trying to be, you always get fucked because
Right.
you're playing with the cards that the company wants to deal, not the ones that you want to deal.
Yeah.
So
And again, I'm going back to this, okay? It's all conspiracy, but YouTube
there's
and Twitch are
always
in the middle of
yeah.
a little dick measuring competition, okay? They're, you know?
I don't think there's no competition there though.
Yeah, YouTube is the biggest.
Yeah, there's no competition there.
Right, but but there is, there is. If you got Dr. Lupo leaving Twitch and Nick Merck staying at Twitch, they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna fucking shit on your entire. Who else would do this? Who else
Yeah,
could hack them?
but you got okay. So on Twitch you have these game streamers, but the just the whole community in YouTube as is people who want to start their journey as creatives, they start on YouTube. So it they got the best one, which is Mr. Beast. Okay,
Right,
just with that singling out, YouTube wins. There is
right.
no other human, not even what's this guy name? PewDiePie, whatever.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, him.
He said
So
PewDiePie.
he couldn't even do what Mr. Beast did, and this is all in the YouTube platform.
Right,
So regardless if it's just gamers or non-gamers, I think YouTube is a platform where it's gonna take ages and years to come to, over like beat them.
right. Yeah,
There's
I
just no
agree.
way around it.
No, I agree. Just to add this little tidbit, okay? Back to YouTube. Twitch does have a YouTube channel. They could have used a password for their shit. Oh, this is your password? Let's go try it over here on your website. Oh, and open this up. Okay. Here you go, boys. Yeah, you're right. They have Mr. Beast. Overall, in general, I believe YouTube is like
The community is better for creatives
it's
and startups.
exactly. My thoughts exactly. 100%. So they're missing their payouts. Who knows if they'll get that money back, but I'm assuming Twitch is going to do the right thing and reach out to them and figure it out for them. So hopefully it's not a big thing we have to talk about, All right.
I don't think so.
We're on to the smaller topics, guys, okay? GTA Trilogy has been announced and the remastered is now confirmed with trailers and screenshots of in-game. Silencer, have you seen any screenshots or trailers or any news about this?
Yes, I have.
How do you feel
And
about
you
it?
know what? I don't know. I'm excited for it. Now, there's a lot of people that were, you know, talking bad about the way the graphics look. I mean, it's a fucking remastered version. I don't know
Right.
why people are, attacking it so much. Like it has to be this super high definition, crisp type of thing. I'm
Right.
happy the way that they're doing it and whatever, but I mean, you can't expect, for these companies to remaster them and not absolutely just automatically turn into graphics for like Modern Warfare or the new titles. It's just impossible.
Right. Yeah, I think they were looking for GTA 5 overall, but with those stories. It's a facelift. Better graphics. I mean, in
Colorful as hell.
general, yeah, in general, it looks beautiful. It looks a lot
Yeah.
better than people are giving credit, for. For a remaster. I mean, come on now, this looks brand new. You
Yeah, it
know,
looks real good.
yeah. If this would have came out when GTA 5 came out, like holy shit, the graphics would have been crazy.
Yeah.
So, besides that, they are catching a lot of flack for removing the original versions that we like from
Hmm.
the online stores. How do you feel about that?
Oh, they're actually removing and replacing them with this.
Yes, so they're replacing these old ones with these copies. So if you had it already bought, you're gonna have another copy. So you're gonna have both copies. You're gonna have the original plus this remaster if you bought both copies.
So why would people be mad? I don't understand.
Because they're not going to be able to buy the old school ones. Because a lot of times with remasters, and it's also being shown right now, a certain scene in the trailer had a Confederate flag on a guy, and with
Uh-huh.
the remaster, they removed it.
Okay.
So they feel like it's going to jeopardize its core little
How it
things to be,
was.
more politically correct for these times.
I don't know, man. Those are just the little details. As long as the gameplay is the same and the story, then okay, I'm fine. Now, if they start changing the story to where they cut out certain missions or move the narrative away from the original, then yeah, that's different. But as far as details in the background and all these little things, I mean, I don't even see why people take that as a bad thing. Where you're like, fuck this, I'm not gonna play this game.
Right. And it's a common thing. I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok, but on Lilo and Stitch, when Lilo's hiding from the big sister, she goes into this washer and dryer, right, to hide, and then her sister
Yeah.
finds her, and she's like, "Oh my god." But in the remastered version, she's in I want to say like a little desk with like a pizza box acting as a door in the remastered version because somebody put two and two together and said,
What the heck?
"Hey, her going into the dryer." People throw kids in their dryer and fucking, hits on and start, and fucking roast their ass to
And
death.
all these damn fucking sensitive ass people.
Right. So I'm with you. As long as they don't mess around with the core story, I would hate for GTA San Andreas to remove Jeffrey, the guy that was
Yeah.
given next to the Vato in prison. His entire storyline cannot be altered or fuck with.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So, as long as they don't do that, I'm perfectly fine. It's set to hit online shops November 11th. But if you want a physical copy, guys, it's going to be available December 7th. And make sure that you have a lot of space for it because it's going to be a lot bigger than a lot of people are thinking. And it's also going to be for modern systems using the Unreal Engine and features 4K with 60 frames per second support. So,
PC Master Race.
I have a PC, and sometimes the PC graphics look cool. It doesn't feel right. I think it's just
It
because
feels
of
right with me,
how
buddy.
hot the fucking PC, feels compared to the PlayStation. But different times.
Telling you, buy more RGB fans. The
Yeah.
more lights, the cooler it'll be.
the RGB people. We had a podcast too talking about that. They put that shit on everything, bro.
For real.
All right, we'll move on from there. Uncharted, they're finally releasing the trailer. It looked nice. I enjoyed it. How did you feel about it, if you saw it at all?
I saw it, and you know what? I'm excited for it because I like adventure. So
Right.
this movie gave me the thrill of exploring, because I'm always an exploration type of person where I love seeing ruins and all these historical places. So I don't know, this movie seems real good to me. Now, I could care less about the fucking cast.
Right. As long as they do
As
good.
long as they do good, the storyline is nice. Um, and the movie keeps you engaged where you're like, oh shit, I wonder what's gonna happen next. Damn, that was badass. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So I'm
I'm
excited for it.
I'm with you too. I have no issue with Tony Stark Jr., Spidey Boy, Tom Holland. I have no issue with him as Nathan Drake. A lot of people were actually just upset at I think maybe his casting because Nathan Fillion was
Uh-huh.
supposed to. I mean, he looks just like the fucking guy from Uncharted.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the thought process was there, but I mean, Tom Holland is a great actor. You know, from Spider Man's. That boy makes you believe that he's fucking Spider Man. Okay,
I
he
think
makes
it
you
main
believe.
I think the main issue is that people when they see this movie, they're going to automatically jump into, oh, this is Spider-Man.
Right.
That trauma, you know? That trauma of internal baggage they have as linking him to Spider-Man instead of just an actor he is.
Well, you know, it's the Urkel effect. And I always say that because no matter where you see Urkel in any
Yeah.
movie, you're like, hey, there's Urkel. You know, I've seen him. I forgot what movie it was where he was like, oh yeah, I'm doing a serious role, and they're like, hey, do the voice from this, and he's like, nah, I'm cool. It's a show, right? Where they meet
Yeah.
a celebrity. And they're like, nah, I'm cool. I'm not really doing that. And they're like, nah, do it, do it, do it. And he's like, and he does a voice and shit. He's like, oh, Laura. Like, he does that shit. So I believe that's going to be happening to Spider Man. But once he fucking breaks that mold, because of how much of an actor he really is, I think that he's going to do fine. So they had an side by side thing with scene from the trailer, from a scene from the video game, almost the exact same way. Almost. It was almost to a T. It was like almost exactly the same. So it looked
Yeah.
good. If they stick to the games, they have no issues. If they start to add different little things, they just really don't stick with the script from the actual games. I believe they're going to be having a hard time. And like you said, too, I could care less who the fuck they put in front of the camera as long as
Yeah.
they do a good job. That's all I'm saying. Because sometimes you have people that look the part but can't act the part. And that's what really sucks.
Yeah. True.
Right. So we're moving on there. I'm excited for it. You know, with this coming on the heels of it, I'm waiting for God of War. You know, live action.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice.
That shit would be crazy. I don't know who would play him, but man, with Sony, how big they are with all this power and purchasing power,
Hmm.
they're unstoppable. They can do whatever they can make it a cartoon look like the video game. I would not bat an eye because it looks nice, you know.
Hell yeah.
So
I agree.
yeah, so we'll move on. You know, we're not really moving on, actually. We're kind of stuck with this topic, too. We talked about this last year, I believe. A company was selling faceplates for the
Oh yeah.
PS5. Sony told them to stop it. They stopped it. They were so pissed. But they came back. They rebranded. And they are trolling Sony over the fact that they keep on sending cease and desist while selling new plates. How do you feel about
Listen,
this?
these guys know their legal leverage.
Yes.
Their lawyer probably said, you know what? Fuck with them. They can't do shit. So have fun. And this is the result.
Yes, and they also switched the design. So it's not just like the normal faceplate. They have a part on the outer side of the console that's right next to the fan that gives it cooling power.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm seeing it right now.
Right. So they're trolling them. They dropped a bunch of like pictures saying, oh, what can they do? They use their lawyers. Well, we got lawyers too, and I wish they would sue us. Are they fucking poking the bear, or do you feel like they got the legal? You know, they got Johnny Cocker or Cochran or whatever the fuck his name is, OJ's lawyer. You think they got him in the bag in the tuck?
I think this was called Saul.
Fucking the Chewbacca defense.
No, I think these fools know they have Sony by the balls and they can't do shit.
By the fucking cross and circle, by the circle buttons.
The PlayStation 5 is an ugly machine. Thankfully, the hideous white plates flanking either side of the gaming console came off. And there are several companies that sell variation of the Sony's white default theme.
They're
This shit is
doing it.
hilarious.
They're clowning the fuck out of them. So not only does it make it look nice, it gives it a different color. I have no issue with the white color, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it gets dirty quick, you know, if you touch it. But I mean, a simple wipe off, and that's it. I think that Sony is just lacking on these custom game related consoles skins. You know, for example, for Nickelodeon's Brother Smash Brawl, whatever. Xbox had an Xbox that was shaped like a square, right? Or
Yeah.
it's shaped like a square, anyways. But they had SpongeBob all over the remote to match. Looked beautiful. They also had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one that I really wanted. Looked beautiful. Was nice and fucking square. And it's not just like a skin. Like they make it like that. So they play around with it. They have good space, good ideas for these custom things for their systems. Meanwhile, you got Sony, and they're just like, eh. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
hoping that they figure out something.
Yeah. Look at this. So Dbrand called Sony terrorist
Oh,
for
wow.
sending seized letters, and the company took to Reddit to unveil these new plates, arguing that since Sony specifically took issues with the Dbrand using his patent design, there shouldn't be any further problems now that the faceplates have been redesigned. So Dbrand is also chastised media.
Yeah,
I don't know
chastising.
what the yeah.
Yeah,
Media outlets that pointed out that they had dared Sony to sue them, only to end up pulling its plates when they got threatened. So
yeah.
they banned at the end, but now they're making 2.0
Yeah,
after I guess they reviewed the patent and they redesigned it so they won't hit any flaws. I mean, not any restrictions that they can do for for grounds of being sued.
right. So now there's an issue. Um, let's say this was brought up interestingly, right? And we'll move on from this real fast. They brought up the phone case idea, where any Tom, Dick, and Jane can fucking make a phone case for the iPhone, and iPhone does not bat an eye. This is simply a iPhone cover, but on a PlayStation 5. How do you feel that that is as a defense?
I don't know. It's hard to say because you have these two big ass companies fighting. Like at first they just assumed that the faceplates weren't gonna fuck anything up, and they did. They had to redesign it. So I don't know. It
Right.
leaves you, it leaves you in a confusing state because if they redesigned it at first, I don't know. It's like a loop thing that just keeps going back and forth between both of them. Like you dare me, I'm gonna find a way to break that. So let's keep they're like little kids.
Right. I think every cease and desist that they get received, they're going to tweak it, and this is why they're not selling those things. They're giving out us the mock, like the first one ever made, and they're putting it out. They're telling people it's for sale. They're waiting for Sony and their fucking punk ass lawyers to be like, "Yo, send it to
You
cease
can't
over
say that.
here." And then once they get that, they're like, "All right, cool, switch this, and then we'll do that. Give me the other one. Actually, the one that you made last month. Give me that. We got 10 more. All right, put this one up like this a month later, and then see what they say."
Yeah.
They can't
So
do it to
apparently
every
the
one of them.
apparently the dark plates, the original ones, they can be sold now.
Yeah, the original ones can't because it was
Yeah.
just the same shape.
And then Dbrand said we had two options. Number one, spending millions fighting this design patent claim for many years in court with Sony, or number two, start fresh. And it chose the latter way.
Right.
So
And smart.
this is just a game where you're taunting Sony to be like, hey, look, and then just waiting for Sony to make its move.
I don't think Sony can sue you though unless you're actually making money. So just
Yeah,
because
but
yeah,
if they're putting out, well, okay, for example, Dbrand is smart because they're putting out a product, and they're even if they get no sales, it's going to catch the attention of Sony.
right.
And as soon as Sony sees, oh yeah, that's a red flag. Let me talk to them. Now Dbrand has the insight to be like, okay, so what was the reasoning? They figure out what the reasoning was, and boom, there goes 2.0 without that thing that flagged it.
Right. And on
So
addition to not only just them coming out with that, all they really have to do, like I said, they have to tweak it just a little bit. Tweak it
yeah,
every single cease and desist, tweak it. And then it's gonna hold up well in court, I believe. hey, we should give them this. They said it had properties of this. We switched it up. They complained about this. We removed that. It's going to be like a never-ending cycle for them, but they're going to eventually land on a design that's going to hit, and they're going to be fucking millionaires. And I believe that the way that they were trying to get attention was very smart for them, by coming out very cocky, very bold, very trolly. It got us to talk about it. It got us other gaming sites to talk about it. And that's going to get the eye of Sony, right? Rather than them selling a few and then they pop up on it magically for some reason months later after profit. And then they're like, oh, we didn't see this before. Let's go fucking take them to court for millions,
Yeah, true.
Now they do that. They troll them. They get people talking. They show off the 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. And it's going to get their eyes, and they're going to be like, all right, send a cease and desist right now. And they're like, all right, cool. We didn't make any. Go ahead and make another one.
Until the day comes where Dbrand is like, boom, in your face, Sony. You keep giving us insights, and you got fooled in your own game.
Yeah. And if they do that, it's going to be, this is going to be huge. It's going to set the standard for how you want to approach companies from now on.
This is actually smart on Dbrand's side because they have control over the playing field.
Right.
So
yeah, and they have a pocket for a lawyer. Let me tell you, they have a lawyer, a good one. Fucking the Chewbacca defense is real, fam. So we'll move on to that, and then we'll head on to the last topic. Okay, this is
Checkmate lawyers.
Checkmate, bro. Okay,
they have the shit on their site when you go to dbrand.com. It says 2.0 checkmate lawyers.
In their bio,
showing the fuck out of them. No, it's in their homepage.
Oh,
as soon as you type in Dbrand, it says Dark Place 2.0, brand new design, limited stock, checkmate lawyers. They're trolling the shit out of them.
Good for them. I just hope it works out in their favor. The bigger companies, they need to learn to let go of the leash, because then people are going to rebel, and when they rebel, they're going to show flaws in your shit, and when they do that, it's open season on you,
That shit is fucking wild.
Really wild. The last thing we're going to get into, Silencer, this happened today. It was breaking, very exciting. It's history in the making. Faze Clan is going public as an esports team on NASDAQ, and they currently have a valuation at $1 billion. Would it be?
With the B.
Would it be? How do you feel about this?
I'm not surprised, and I am surprised, because surprised that it's coming from a gaming field, okay?
Right.
Because over the past years, we've seen how greatly the gaming community and the gaming field has grown to a big mass that you would have never imagined 5-10 years ago. Now, I don't know, as far as being public, I think they're using the strategy to get funding.
Right.
Okay. It's the same tactic that Elon Musk says, I see a company, or I have my own company, I'm gonna talk great about this thing and the plans. If I make it go public, we get the funds from the people, get them excited, tell them it's gonna go through the roof and everybody's gonna scream to the moon, and we get the funding. Now the company is definitely worth $1 billion.
Right.
Maybe it's not worth $1 billion at the moment. It's probably not even close. But as soon as people realize that it's public, they're gonna jump train, and it's just gonna start this whole monkey see, monkey do, and boom,
right
there it is.
Yes, I believe they're following in the footsteps of meme stocks, because why wouldn't anybody be like, I have Faze and stock? You know what I'm saying? Yep. It'd be a bar. Not to mention that they have a pretty big fan base, and recently they actually won the Call of Duty 2021 championship. The Atlanta Faze, okay? The Call of Duty branch of them. We were talking about complexity, and I believe 100 Thieves, and I believe 100 Thieves was valuated at $100 million, right?
Yeah.
And that's, they're kind of up there, but they're not Faze. I've heard about Faze since I played Modern Warfare 2, which is many moons ago, okay, when it first came out. I've heard about Faze. I never knew what it was until I grew up, but eventually I caught on. with the recent championship win, with the marketing, with the, I want to say, what else was it? The just the overall apparel, the collabs and shit that they were doing with the another esports team, and then the Gotham City Batman collab that they were doing. There are people buying their shit, fam. There's people out there that are lining up buying their shit like there's some fresh Jordans coming out, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think a Billy, right? I was talking to Cuz Lightyear. My number would have been like 250 to 500 million
Yeah.
estimate. You know what I'm saying? But with the potential of them getting funded and shit and potentially winning more tournaments and championships, and not only that, but signing more talent, I believe they're going to have quite, the evaluation at the end of the year. You know, I don't think it might be a billion, but if it hits a billion, game changer. Because now these other esports teams are going to follow suit. And when they do, it's going to be crazy. Now, my only thing as a take back is that the NBA doesn't do that. We don't see the Los Angeles Lakers on NASDAQ pop up as LAL, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's evaluation on the team. So I'm really curious as to see how this is going to work out, because it seems like a smart idea for funding, but at the same time, it seems like a little meme-ish, you know? Now I could see why they were tripping about the other guy scamming those kids for that fucking crypto coin, remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Now I can see why they got on his ass like that, and they fucking, hey, there's nothing to do with us, because they were plotting shit like this, you know?
So dumb, yeah.
Right. So, do you think it's going to succeed, it's going to fail, or do you think that it's just going to open the floodgates for people?
I don't know. People are dumb. They're definitely gonna fucking invest in this, and it might be the thing that puts that company up in there, in the billions. Because, so I googled the most valuable esport companies, right?
Right.
At number one comes in TSM, that is valued at 410 million.
Well,
Okay.
see, okay, all right, yep.
Number two, Cloud9, 350 million.
Okay.
Number three, Team Liquid, 310 million.
Okay.
And now you have number four, Faze Clan, at 305 million. So
What?
my
They're
thing
fourth?
is, they're number four. Now this was
Holy
back in
shit.
2020, but there's no way these companies are gonna surpass into the million. Now, my thing is, being number four, this is a whole evaluation, okay? So this is like me like saying, okay, with the shop, I'm only say worth 500K, right? And then I get an investor and I'm like, hey, you know what? But with all my followers, if we launch another business, merch, it could easily run to $1 billion. Okay,
Right.
the company says that, not the market. Now, when the company says that and they say, oh yeah, we have all these plans, and then they use that tactic of, using the stocks and how the penny stocks are right now, everybody can be an investor. Hey, let's go public. Let's tell people our plans, and we can just raise money and definitely take it to 1 billion.
Right. And they'll jump to number one over
Yeah.
TSM. I know TSM's popular, but I had no clue that they were evaluated that high. 410?
Yeah, well, this is not. Yeah, it's not valuation. That's exactly what they're worth.
Their net worth.
Yeah,
What they made
and
last year. Okay.
the thing that Face Clan is doing is they're just guessing a valuation of what their assets are worth when they're really not.
Right. They also have a few backers. Let me see if I can find the list of the backers. They had a few celebrities. You can see the tension brewing, because
Yeah.
Drake is actually a what's it called? An investor for 100 Thieves. He's somewhere in the paper,
Okay.
He's in there. But I believe there was like Offset was one of them. I can't find the thing anymore. I believe it was Offset for sure. Offset, the rapper from the Migos,
Yeah.
and then a few other celebrities too that I don't remember off the top of my head. But there are definitely some backers in there, and they're getting money, from somewhere.
Yeah. So say this is as part of the SPAC deal, Face Clan is raising about 120 million through private investment in all public equity.
Right.
So this is the only thing that's going to raise them up. It's going to be the community and how well they can manipulate them and saying, hey, you know what, we're going to be this big company, come invest in us, and boom, Same thing, same scenario that happened with GameStop.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking too. Like, I might get a few shares. You know,
And it's
Mine's-
good for the people, but
Yeah.
when you compare numbers to the other esports like fucking TSM, I mean, yeah.
I just think that
There's
it's
no
more
there's no
volatile. You know,
yeah.
because
So
they
these fools are going the route of getting funding in a private because they know how much loot they can get.
right. Yeah, you know they have LeBron's son. They're always having Offset in their streams. You know they've
Yeah.
made plenty of friends that are millionaires. You know they've made plenty of friends from their
Maybe that's
influencers and creators.
maybe that's why they put their valuation so high because of the connections and networking they have.
Yeah, but I mean Offset's no Drake, so
Yeah.
you know he's not a Drizzy. He's not a certified lover boy. Okay, he's a certified Faze boy.
Certified.
Or uncertified because he's not on Faze. And you know who else is on Faze is Nick Merckx. He's the company owner, but LeBron James' son, Bronny James, he's also on the Faze team.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so they might get a few mil from LeBron, huh? If he can finesse his
Hello.
dad,
Yeah.
if he can stay off the weed. Yeah.
Fresh off a big crypto scam involving number of members only 4 months ago, Face Clan announces that today the group is about to become a
I
public
told
traded
you.
company.
I told you.
Wow.
I like there had to be a reason that they sold out that guy. I think I kind of put that as a vocal point. Like there has to be a reason why these fools are like, nah, bro, what the fuck? Go over there.
Yeah.
There had to be a reason. This sounds more like it, you know. This wasn't an overnight thing. This is planned, you know.
Yeah, these fools weren't coming fresh off the boat. They were coming up fresh off the big crypto scam.
Said, fuck them kids. Oh man. Listen, we had a good episode. It was really good. A lot of talking points. Silencer, what are your last few words, your tips for this week?
You know, if you came in a banana boat, you can hire some white people to help you.
Right. And this is, you know, coming from Silencer, so it's not offensive. Okay. Listen, a lot of people say phase up when it's on NASDAQ and that shit fucking crashes. A lot of y'all are going to be like phase down. So phase the fuck up, phase the fuck down. And with that being said, guys, my name is Killing Spree 37.
And I am Silencer.
We're out.
Killing Spree 37!
Give me some chon chon.
The champion of the world, Killing Spree 37!